So today, we're diving into a question from a lifelong martial artist that really pulls back the curtain on a deep philosophical divide right at the heart of Taekwondo. It's all about this personal crossroads that really asks the question we can all relate to. What's the real purpose of all this practice?
Okay, let's just dive right in with the very human problem that kicked this whole thing off. This one sentence. Man, it just gets right to the heart of that clash between what you love to do and what your body is telling you.
So this quote, it comes from a Taekwondo student who's hit a real wall in his training. You know that moment where the pure joy of doing something starts getting mixed with this nagging fear of getting hurt.
So here's the deal with our practitioner. He's 63 years old, out in New Jersey, and get this, after 3.5 years of serious, dedicated training, he's just earned his first degree black belt. That's a huge deal. And he loves it, especially the forms, the pomse. But, and this is a big but, his body's starting to push back. Little injuries here and there from sparring, from those high kicks, they're adding up, and that anxiety's really starting to creep in.
So this is the big question he put out there. And it's something I think a lot of us can understand, right? It doesn't matter if it's martial arts or marathon running. What do you do when the thing you love starts to hurt? When your passion runs smack into your physical limits? Is it time to just quit? Or is there another way to think about it entirely? So the philosopher Cha Ung, he weighed in on this, and his take is fascinating. He says the problem isn't the guy's age, and it's not really his body either. The real issue, it's that we've got a fundamental misunderstanding of what Taekwondo is even for. And his diagnosis is, frankly, pretty sharp. He points out that a lot of Taekwondo schools, or dojangs, especially in the West, have become really rigid. They've got this one-size-fits-all approach, you know? They're trying to make a 70-year-old kick just as high as a 17-year-old. And that, well, that's just asking for trouble. And here's the real kicker. When Taekwondo went global, it was basically exported as a sport. All the physical stuff, the fighting, that made it. But what got left behind? Its soul. The deeper part of it, the part that's about education and building character, that got lost in translation. Okay, so this brings us right to the heart of the matter. It all boils down to a huge distinction between two Korean words that represent two totally different ways of looking at this art: musul and mudo. All right, first up, you've got musul. Think of this as martial technique. This is the how. It's all the stuff you see, the flashy kicks, the powerful punches, the sparring, the competition. And the goal? Super simple. Beat the other guy. But then you have mudo. This means the martial way. And if musul is the how, mudo is the why. It sees all that physical practice as just a tool, a vehicle for something way bigger, developing yourself, cultivating your character, and eventually becoming a real leader, a doing in your community. So you can see how these two paths lead to completely different places, right? Musul, the path of technique, that creates a fighter, someone whose whole world is about winning. But mudo, the path of the way, that's about creating a doin. And what's a doin? It's more than a fighter. It's a cultivated person, someone who takes all that discipline and wisdom and uses it to be a rock for their community, a mentor, a guide, a source of real strength. The whole focus just flips from winning on the outside to growing on the inside and giving back. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? If you're a school, your whole training is all about the technique, all about musul, how do you make that shift? How do you start walking the way and turn your sport into a path for self-discovery? Well, the answer, according to Changong, lies in this really powerful vision for what Taekwondo can be. He calls it Hungik Taekwondo. And the goal here is, it's really deep. It's not about making champions. It's about creating what's called Hongik Ingan. It's this beautiful Korean philosophical idea that means a broadly beneficial human. This is the ultimate goal of becoming that doing we talked about. It's about using Taekwondo as a system to build thoughtful, helpful leaders, no matter where you are in the world. And this whole idea is built on three main pillars. See, it's not just about the physical moves. It's completely intertwined with character education and learning proper etiquette. And maybe most important of all, it's designed to be a lifelong journey. It's adaptable, whether you're a little kid just starting out or an 80-year-old master still on the path. So, okay, let's bring it all back home. What does this mean for our 63-year-old guy in New Jersey? The advice that comes from this philosophy is super practical, it's compassionate, and it gets right to the heart of what practicing mudo actually looks like. Basically, the advice is to completely flip your mindset.
Forget competition, think cultivation. So those high-impact board breaks, you don't need them. Instead, focus on the defensive forms. And that urge to kick just a little bit higher than the person next to you, let it go. The goal isn't to be the star athlete anymore. The goal is to find harmony with everyone else in the room.
And this quote just nails it. It perfectly captures that spirit of Mudo. Success isn't about who has the most athletic talent. It's measured by how well the group moves together, as one. So if an older practitioner can only lift their legs, say, waist high, the real goal is for everyone to match that height, to create this beautiful, synchronized single unit. And that is the ultimate point of it all. When you train like this, with this kind of mindfulness and focus on harmony, it does something amazing. It revitalizes not just your body, but your spirit. It literally helps your mind come alive. From this perspective, Taekwondo isn't just a hobby. It becomes one of the best tools on the planet for self-management, for keeping your mind and body strong as you get older.
So, in the end, the journey of this one martial artist from New Jersey shines a light on a question we can all ask ourselves. And it's not just about Taekwondo, right? It's about any skill we learn, any passion we chase. Are we just focused on the technique, on the muscle, or are we actually walking the way, the Mudo? What is the true purpose of your practice?